The city has hired a new assistant city manager. We learn about him and his plans for Las Cruces in this edition of Ask the. Hello and welcome. I'm Mandy Gus for the City of Las Cruces Communication Office. With us today is our new Assistant City Manager, Ikani, who will be joining us at the city in the next couple of weeks. And so with that, welcome, Ikani.
Thank you so much. Hi, Mandy. Hello, everyone.
Hello. So the first question that I have for you is, how do we pronounce your last name? Because I know we all want to get it correct.
That's a tough one, Mandy. I'm going to have to flip the switch on you. How would you pronounce my name if you saw it?
So I think is it now let me get Taumoepeau?
Wow. Perfect. Great job.
Okay.
Great job,
Well,
Mandy. You just spoke.
with the fear in my eyes.
That's great. So, there's 7 vowels in my last name, so you did not screw it up at all. So great job.
Yay.
Um, there's different ways of saying my name. My first name is Ikani, and my last name could be pronounced Taumoepeau. But people call me, I go by various names, but I appreciate people just trying. It is a very, it is a very challenging name to say, but I just appreciate the effort. So thank you, Mandy.
Well, I think that we will all practice it, so we'll be ready by the time that that you start with us.
So I have
So
a nickname, IT. So if people are not up for the challenge, won't knock them, but IT just by my initials too. So it makes it easy for people to remember.
great. Well, thank you, IT then. Great. So tell us about yourself. Help us get to know you.
I'll take the next few hours to tell my story of how I came to Las Cruces. No, but I'll keep this brief. I'm from South San Francisco, born and raised. My parents are from the islands of Tonga, Tonga. Some people say Tonga. It's branded as the friendly islands of Tonga, and grew up in San Francisco. After high school, I left to BYU in Utah, got my undergrad in social science, and then got my master's in public administration from BYU as well, with the emphasis in local government. And while doing my master's, that's when I met my wife. My wife, she is from the other end of the US, upstate New York. She is from a village called Copenhagen, and their population is 778. It's a very small village, and so we somehow met each other. And so we have 4 kids and 3 older girls, and then a baby boy that will be about a year in February. And we're excited. We're excited about the move, and that's a little bit about my family, Mandy.
We look forward to welcoming your family to Las Cruces. But can you tell us what made you apply for the job in Las Cruces?
Las Cruces. I mean, why not Las Cruces? This is a hidden gem, hidden jewel here in New Mexico, and the people are wonderful. The food. Don't get me started on the food. I can't wait to taste those chili burgers and outdoor recreation. The beautiful. It's a retirement community, so I see just huge influx of people coming for the scenery, but there's a lot of momentum happening in Las Cruces that I wanted to be a part of. I see the revitalization of downtown, which I know, Mandy, you have a big part in downtown. Also, I love what's going on with the airport and the reactivation of the airport. There's just so many cool things and exciting things happening in Las Cruces that I wanted to join this momentum happening. I think there's something magical happening in Las Cruces, and I have a really deep respect and connection with the Hispanic culture, and I know there's a lot of history, culture inside of Las Cruces that I really resonate with, and those are some of the reasons why I wanted to join the city of Las Cruces, take my family there, be part, immerse myself in the culture. And I think the most important thing for me is really connecting with the people of City of Las Cruces. So that's several reasons of why I applied for the position in Las Cruces. But no, I'm just excited for the opportunity, Manny.
I love to hear when other people start to express how much they like Las Cruces, and I think it reminds all of us the gem that we have in our hometown. So I want to dig in a little bit into your background. So one of the things that we know you have a lot of experience in is economic development. You mentioned both downtown and the airport, which fall under our economic development department. But can you tell us a little bit about your experience in economic development?
Sure, would love to. I actually worked with Ifo Pili, the current city manager of Las Cruces. My first city I worked for, I was the economic development director for that city. We worked in Eagle Mountain, Utah together, and we were able to accomplish some great things working under the tutelage and mentorship of Ifo. One of the things that was big in the state is we were able, while I was there, initiated the recruitment of the Facebook data center, a $500 million capital CapEx project that landed in Eagle Mountain. And so being part of that recruitment process, it was fantastic because Eagle Mountain, Utah is about 14 miles away from the nearest freeway. So location is everything in economic development and real estate. And we just didn't have it being off the beaten path. But the Facebook project really helped the momentum in the Eagle Mountain being part of that. And then also one of the other big projects working with Ifo was one of the first to come into the state was a city-owned business incubator where we partnered with the local university, local chamber, local SBDC to create a business incubator. We had a business mentor that met with our businesses every day. We created an aggressive curriculum for it was mandatory for all businesses and ventures to meet with this business mentor. And we had synergistic and strategic meetings weekly, which I was a part of. I was the director of the business incubator. And we were, during my time there, was able to graduate 8 businesses that collectively grossed more than $2 million. And so I continue to stay in touch with these businesses to this day. Very excited to see where they landed and what they continue to do. But those are some of the things that I work with Ifo on. After then, I came to California. In California, we dissolved the RDA around 2013, 2014. So tax increment financing was tough working with property taxes incentives. So we did a lot of working with tourism. We did a lot of business improvement districts in California. And so I was able to work with cities, work with hotels. And one of the cities I went to, tourism was huge. So I worked with about 40 hotels, and we were able to work with marketing campaigns to help increase the average occupancy rates about 10 basis points. So we moved it up from 60% upwards of 70% by combining and joining our efforts in marketing, getting all 40 hotels to come in, and we started focusing not on tier 1 areas, but on tier 2 and tier 3 areas. And it really helped us, at least on the synergy level, really combine our efforts to bring in journalists and combine our efforts to hit the visitors and track, and really have a cohesive campaign and marketing. So those are a few projects that I worked on in tourism and economic development. But I think the most important thing that I would share is I understand that although I have worked on these projects in other cities and other states, I don't believe that what works in one city will work for another. But I believe that there's pieces and there's a lot of the answers will come from working with the local businesses, working with the chamber and working with local partners. And I think that's one of the things that I'm excited about City of Las Cruces, working with the partnerships, the universities, the local universities. I mean, I can go on, but again, I can't stop talking about the possibilities. I love the momentum that's there, and I just can't wait to join Mandy. I tell you, I'm losing sleep at night, so I'll be there soon.
I love that you said that not every community is the same, but what are some of the assets you see here for us and some of that momentum in economic development?
So I just mentioned you have the Las Cruces I mean, is it about 340 days on average throughout the year of sunny days?
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing? So
Yep.
my jaw drops because I love the outdoors, and when you tell that to an employer, when you tell that to uh, people, I mean that just adds to the quality of life. And growing up in San Francisco, where it's foggy and rainy, it's depressing. And so just weather, so all the natural resources that are there, a lot of land, a lot of space. Um, I'll also share that there's the airport. I love what's going on with the airport, the reactivation of the airport to start bringing commercial airlines, start bringing more airplanes and reactivating that. Also, the rail lines. It's not all cities can claim that they have rail lines coming through the city, so those are some opportunities there. And then the downtown revitalization that has happened there, the momentum that's going on, the universities in Arrowhead and Doña Ana Community College and NMSU. These are all things that I know. This isn't anything new. I'm just probably restating everything that you know, Mandy. But I would say it's critical. These are just partnerships and discussions that I would love to be a part of and work together, because I've found success in communities, but it's great ideas are not created in silos. And you know this, Mandy. They're created when you realize that you may not be the smartest person in the room, and you let everybody else speak. And then you realize that the best ideas come from synergy and working together. That's things that we got together in the business incubator as we work together in the accelerator program. And that's also things that I feel that I can't wait to have those same discussions in Las Cruces that I'm sure are already going on. I would love to just continue those discussions and see where we're going.
You said working with others and finding out what other people are thinking. One of the other things that I remember reading you had some experience in was community engagement. Can you tell us about maybe some of the programs or projects that you've seen success with in community engagement?
Would love to, Mandy. I in one of the cities I was in California, I arrived, and prior to my arrival, there was distrust with the disenfranchised community, with the disenfranchised groups in that area with City Hall. It What was happening was nobody was reaching out to these disenfranchised groups, and nobody was speaking with them, reaching out to them, and meeting them where they are. I think when you say community engagement, it means different things to different people. To me, what it means is really engaging and connecting with people where they are. So it's not enough sometimes just to create a Facebook and just saying, okay, I'm connecting and engaging with people online. Maybe you are with people on Facebook, but not everybody is online, and not everybody's on Facebook. So it's really trying to get where they are, whether that be in the business in downtown. And so this group, it was just tough because everybody's so busy. You understand how busy local government can get. Everyone's just trying to get their projects done, but typically there is not a community engagement person in smaller cities, and there's not a PIO or public information officer. So these are just functions in cities, not actual people who are over these things. And so when I got to the city, these were functions that nobody was manning. And so I came on as an assistant city manager overseeing various departments, and took it upon myself to connect and engage with these communities. And what I did is I reached out to community stakeholders, and I reached out to the Catholic Church and to clergy and to the local chamber. And I said, let's meet in a neutral location, and let's just share ideas, and let's just hear what's happening. And that meeting turned into more me listening to the frustrations and them venting, but they were able to release a lot of the anger and frustration. But at the end, I just basically shared, we need to come together. We, the city, will learn from the past, but we will impact the future by coming together, and let's celebrate by doing a unifying event. So they had never to that point ever celebrated. I mean, this community, they were 80% Hispanic, and they wanted to celebrate some moments and celebrate their culture. And so I threw out the idea, let's celebrate the Cinco de Mayo. Let's celebrate something that brings the culture and people together, and let's promote the culture. And some people said, it's not our Independence Day, and I knew their Independence Day was on September 16th, And I said, perfect, we can have two parties. We can do one on Cinco de Mayo, we can do one on September 16th, but we just need to do it. Select any day. And I think from there, they realized that we were serious. And so to make a long story short, 3 months later, we connected, did a exciting Cinco de Mayo event, and we never looked back. So we became known as the Cinco de Mayo event community committee. And we not only did special events, but projects such as outdoor families would come to us saying we didn't have, we needed help for our teens. They didn't have a teen center to go to because there were gangs, there was violence. Could we help bring a teen center? And so we ended up bringing a teen center into the city from the committee. And so there was a lot of exciting things that just came from listening and engaging with the community. But that was kind of meeting where they were in the public sphere. I think online as well, the city had not set up anything on the social media. So we had no Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. And so we created that, activated those social media forums. But as you know, Mandy, it's easy to activate and press activate and to turn it on, but the infrastructure behind running social media gets time consuming. So we created a program where there was somebody in every department that was in charge of updating something regularly throughout the week from their department and division. And then I would oversee that. And so then we ended up creating within 10 months, 21 videos that garnered more than 750,000 views. So we started turning nothing into something, and everything I just described came from working with the community. And so the community has the answers, and that's one thing that I love, and that's the principle I believe in, is that there's people out there with great ideas. I don't have the best ideas, but I think by bringing stakeholders to the table, we're able to be nimble, flexible, and really reach out to the residents.
It sounds like you overcame a lot of challenges in that role. My question for you is, what challenges do you see in Las Cruces?
That's a great question, and I really don't think I have enough experience to share what the challenges are, but I would share this. If it's anything like the big cities in California, affordable housing is an issue, mental health issues, poverty are issues, and trying to create jobs and high-paying jobs and really increase tax revenues are the issues. And these are issues that I see the city of Las Cruces really approaching. I mean, I know there have been talks of the continuum of care, the transients and the unsheltered and the homeless populations continue to increase, but also the aid and the resources and support to help resolve these issues continue to increase. But in some places, they're not even making a dent. So I know those are, and then you know, I haven't even got started on substance abuse as well. So there are some issues that the big cities are facing in California, and I'm sure Las Cruces may have some similar issues. But the thing is, this doesn't fall just on the city. These are regional approaches. So this is working with the county, if not the state, and working with local nonprofits and churches to help approach these regional issues that are happening. Which again, I believe City of Las Cruces is working to solve these already. These are just things, not having experience from an outsider, just sharing some of the issues. But those are just some of my thoughts, Manny.
And I want to ask the kind of the other side of that same coin. What are some of the opportunities that you see in Las Cruces, and what kind of impact do you think you can have on those?
Great question. So I would say the opportunities that I see, I probably shared them already in the previous question, but there's a lot of educational facilities and institutions in Las Cruces, and I think That's going to be vital. You're going to have you're a graduate of NMSU. You have these graduates, and the trick is to keep them. You have these smart graduates, and to retain these graduates in the city of Las Cruces, I think that's vital, because employers are looking for uh, to keep and looking to retain these graduates. But if there's not enough jobs, then these graduates leave. So I think part of that is making sure, how can we partner, which I'm sure the Economic Development Department is working on, but how can we keep these graduates here? How can we partner with educational institutions? And I think partnering, and so the key thing that I'll share the opportunities, and again, being an outsider, is I don't think I have the experience to share everything, but I think the key theme that I'm going to share in this interview with you today is the answers are going to be found in partnerships. The answers are going to be found in meeting with local businesses and understanding, because the smart ones, they're the smart ones. They're the ones that understand. And I think by bringing everybody together and sharing what the issues are, but I think one thing that I bring to the table is execution. So I pride myself in executing on certain things, but making sure that things are realistic in project management. But I think if you bring the right people, right minds to the table, that everyone gets motivated, everyone's part of the solution, and it's not just, oh, the city did this, but the region did this. We as a community did this, and that's what I'm excited about, is being part of the community, moving there, and going to the parks, walking, introducing myself, because I want this to be, this is my new home right here, and I can't wait for that feeling to be home again.
You touched on being excited to join the community. The question I have for you is, what are you most excited about in taking on the Assistant City Manager for the City of Las Cruces?
Connecting with people. I can't wait to meet you, Mandy, in person. I met you, over Zoom, and here we are.
Yep.
But connecting with people, truly, I don't know if I sound like I'm repeating myself, but I can't wait to connect with people and really build relationships. And it's not only, because we're going to find solutions, but it's really because I want to get to know you. I want to get to know your family. I want to get to know everybody there, because to me, that's where it starts, is getting to know people. And then I feel, from connecting with people and connecting with organizations and getting to meet, developers and CEOs and connecting with them first, then I truly believe that's where the solutions will come. Answers will come after that. But I'm excited about making new friends. I'm excited about meeting the staff, the city staff, and meeting the residents. And what I'm also excited about? I'm excited about playing pickleball. So
You have a very active pickleball community.
They are very active. Yes. So I didn't know they were active in Las Cruces, so I'm glad. But that's a sport that I took up, and I can't wait. So Mandy, you tell the pickleball courts to get ready. I know it's probably closed during quarantine, or they allowed it to be open.
Yep.
But I can't wait, pickleball, to meet the pickleball people and start making friends.
I know that they will be excited to hear that. Is there anything that I haven't asked that you want to add?
Oh, yeah. If you had the time, there's just we have a few hours. Next interview, I think we'll divide this in 10 parts. But no, that's it. If anything, I don't think I shared how excited. So let me just share how excited I am. I'm super excited for the opportunity. I can't wait to meet you, Mandy and Adrian, and the team. And I'm excited about the staff and just being part of everything that you have built there. And I can't wait. So I will see you soon.
Well, before we go, I do want to close with the state question, and that is red or green?
Oh, Mandy, since it's Christmas time, yeah, I'm going to have to say both. So you can't, I don't believe in just choosing one. If that's an option C to choose, is it an option to choose Christmas?
Christmas is one of the options. You can definitely ask for that in our local restaurants. Christmas is an acceptable answer.
I can't wait. Yep, I'll choose Christmas. I got to have both.
Great. Well, I thank you so much for taking the time for us to do this virtual interview. We're looking forward to you joining the team, and we will see you soon.
Thank you, Mandy. Thank you to the team. I can't wait to see you guys. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye.